race to the Champions League spots is hot to bloody trot over in Serie A, with Roma now within striking distance of breaking into the top four. Who's got the guts to go the distance? We're going to take a little look. And next... That's right, folks, but once again with another prediction video. Today we're taking a look at match number 32, that's right, over in Serie A, and we'll get to it in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, your one-stop shop for Serie A is right here, under one Ruski ass, of course. A little bit late in the day getting these videos out, but they are here, of course, and we're going to look back at last weekend's results before we kick on further to, of course, the next round of games, of course. But big shout out, of course, before we get into it, to my patrons. And again, if you're new, where the hell have you been? Subscribe, smash the like, and of course, let's get cracking then and recap the results. Here we go. While we do that, I'm going to get the Super Brew fired up because that's still going, and of course, lots of people still trying to become the king predictor or queen. So let's get a recap of those results that did take place this past weekend, starting with Salernitana, a 2-2 draw themselves with Sassuolo, point in the bag for them. Meanwhile, AC Milan with a 3-0 win over Lecce. Of course, top spot seems to be gone, but of course, the race for the rest is what we're talking about today. Meanwhile, Roma did beat Lazio in the All-Rome derby, the Classico, or whatever they call it over there. 3-2 winners for Empoli over Torino, big win for them. Bologna could only muster a draw against Frosinone. And then we have Monza with a 4-2 loss to Napoli, 6-goal thriller there, going in favour of Napoli. Cagliari with a 2-1 win over Atalanta. They are starting to climb up that table, aren't they, Cagliari? Meanwhile, Verona with a 2-1 loss to Genoa. Juventus with a 1-0 win over Fiorentina, and Internazionale with a 2-1 win over Udinese. That's, of course, the results. Of course, my picks were, I don't know if they happened last week. Easter week was a bit of a nightmare. I was on the road. I couldn't really get going. And to be honest with you, the nightmares actually continued into this week as I've picked up a major cold, and I'm not feeling the greatest at this moment. But I'm going to get this video done. And, of course, speaking of getting it done, let's, of course, have a little look at the table. I don't know why that makes sense, but for me, it does. Here is the table, and it is Internazionale top the charts with 82 points, and Milan are in second spot with 68. It is, of course, done and dusted, you would imagine. Not yet officially confirmed, but it will be soon, of course. Juventus are in third, of course, a little bit of gap between themselves and AC Milan. Bologna are in fourth, and that's the spot that's up for grabs with Roma and Atalanta still in conversations for that fourth spot. Going down is Salernitana, Sassuolo, and Frosinone. As I mentioned, Cagliari all the way up to now 13th right now, and look to be safe as houses, but still a few more games left to be had, and of course, still more points to be had for you guys. That's right, as we look at the Super Bro. So let's get into it. And of course, well done, Tayabi. 12.5 points this past week. Mo's up there with 11.5. AJ 24, and then the rest. Maka, Russell Frost, Vindaloo Victory. All the guys, all the familiar faces are keeping on with the prediction league. So appreciate those guys. But the situation in the table, though, the main table, as to Costas K, he's okay. 327.5 points. A big gap between themselves and Saki. Raymond Reynolds up there in third, with Daddy Court in fourth. Big mover as well, up 2 spots to number 4, and then it's Federer 77, and then the J Sing pack. If you see your name in there, you know what to do. Is you got to smash the old like, guys and girls, smash the old like. But of course, we are looking forward to those next round of games, and here they come. Of course, some Stella Artois games, of course, coming at you over in Serie A this week, but no major crunch clashes. But we'll get into it. Starting with Lazio up against Salernitana, of course, coming at you on Friday, April the 12th at the Stadio Olimpico. Played each other 8 times since 1998. We got 5 wins for Lazio, 3 wins for Salernitana, and 0 draws. The hosts, 6-1 win, their biggest, scoring 19 goals in those 8 games, 2.38 goals a game on average. Salernitana, though, 3-1 win, their biggest, scoring 7 goals in those 3 games, 0.88 goals a game on average. Salernitana on 17% form for them at the moment, without a win in at least the last 14 games. They are rock bottom, with Lazio in 8th, 46 points for the season, 2 defeats on the spin for them, on 33% form for them at the moment. Last time around, at the Stadio Olimpico, it was a 3-1 win for Salernitana back in October 2022. The reverse fixture also a win for Salernitana back in November. Goodness gracious me. The odds here, 3-1 on is your Lazio. They are favoured here, 4-1 the draw, 9-1 is your long shots, but I'm back in Lazio here, 2-0 win. Points at the bag, and of course, are they out of the European race? They're definitely out of the Champions League race, but they might get themselves in the conversation for any of the other European spots. Of course, Lecce up against Empoli coming on Saturday the 13th of April, that's right, at the Via del Mare, played each other 13 times in 1988. We've got 2 wins for Lecce, 5 wins for Empoli, and 6 draws, of course. The biggest win for for Lecce. It was a 1-0 win. 14 goals scored by Lecce in those 13 matches, 1.08 goals a game on average. Empoli, 5-1 win, the biggest, scoring 20 goals in those 13 matches, 1.54 goals a game on average. Both sides on 33% form for them right now. Empoli, they're just one win in the last 5. 16th in the table, 28 points for the campaign. Lecce, 14th in the table, 29 points for the campaign, just one win in the last 6 for them. Meanwhile, last time around, over at the Vial del Mar, it was a 1-1 draw back in August 2022. The odds for this one, Empoli 13-5 actually for the away side here, 23-20 for the hosts, 11-5 is the draw. Going with the draw here, point of pace, cannot separate the two sides. Can you let me know? Down below, Torino up against Juventus in the Turin derby, that's right, over at the Stadio Olimpico Gran Torino. Played to the 41 times in 1983, 33 wins for Torino, 29 wins for Juventus, 9 draws of course. Torino 2-1 win, their biggest, scoring 31 goals in 41 matches, 0.76 goals a game. Juventus 5-0 win, their biggest, 82 goals scored in 41 matches, 2 goals a game on average, and they're on 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6, just 1 defeat in the last 5. They are third, 62 points for the season, up against the Torino side, also on 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to. However, just 1 defeat in the last 5 for them. 9th in the table, 44 points for Torino heading into this one. Last time around, over at the Stadio Olimpico Gran Torino, it was a 1-0 win for Juventus, who have won 3 on the bounce against Torino. The odds for this, 11-4 are your hosts, 6-5 are your visitors, 2-1 of course the draw. I am backing the visitors here, 2-1 win for Juventus, to 3 points in the bag, and pushing up the table they go. Bologna against AC Milan, Monza, excuse me. Bologna against Monza, coming at you at the Renato D'Alia. Of course, Bologna having a fantastic season. Monza doing A-OK as well for the campaign. They're played 3 times in 2022, 1 win apiece and 1 draw. Bologna on 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are 4th in the table, 58 points for the campaign against the Monza side, 50% form for them right now, 1-2, won 3 and lost 3 over the last 6. They are 11th. They are 11th, 42% form for them, 42 points for the season as well. Last time around though, over at Bologna, it was a 1-0 win for Monza back in February 2023, but the odds for this one, Bologna 7-4 on for the victory, 5-1 is the away win, and 3-1 the draw. Bologna for me, 3 points in the bag, 2 goals scored. Moving the chains, they go. Next up, it's Napoli against Frosinone on Sunday, April the 14th. They have played each other 12 times, 2005, 9 wins for Napoli, 1 win for Frosinone, 2 draws, of course. Napoli's biggest win, 4-0 win, scoring 30 goals in those 12 matches, 2.50 goals a game on average. Frosinone's one and only win was a big one, 4-0 win it was, scored 12 goals in those 12 games. That's a goal a game on average. Frosinone down to 18th right now, just 26 points for the season, 25% form for them right now. Winless in the last 10 matches. Napoli, though, 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. However, 1 win in the last 5. 7th for the table, 48 points for the campaign, and they are still officially the champions, of course. Last time around, they're over at Napoli in the league. It was a 4-0 win for Napoli back in December 2018. The reverse fixture at Frosinone back in August was a 3-1 win for Napoli. That's right. However, these two sides did lock horns over in Naples back in December in the round of 16 Coppa Italia. Big 4-0 win it was for Frosinone. That's right. Can they make it back-to-back wins over them and Naples? The odds for this one, though, we have 11-4 on is your Napoli, 17-4 is your draw, 13-2 is your away win. Gonna go with a 3-0 win for Napoli. They'll get a bit of a revenge on that previous result. Meanwhile, Sassuolo up against AC Milan, coming at you over at the Matchday Stadium. Played each other 22 times since 2014. 7 wins for Sassuolo, 12 for Milan. We've got 3 draws, of course. Sassuolo 5-2 win, the biggest, scoring 31 goals in 22 matches, 1.41 goals a game on average. Milan 3-0 win, the biggest, scoring 37 goals in 22 matches, 1.68 goals a game on average. Milan haven't lost in the last 8 matches. They've won 6 games on the spin, and they are second in the table, 68 points for the campaign. Sassuolo, of course, are 33% form for them right now, just 1 win in the last 6 games. However, just 1 defeat in the last 4. They are 19th with 25 points for the season as well. Last time around at the Matchday Stadium was a 0-0 draw back in August 2022. The reverse fixture in Milan back in December was a 1-0 win for Milan. That's right, goodness gracious me. The odds for this, though, Sassuolo 4-1 for the victory, 6-4 on is your AC, 3-1 is the draw, 2-1 win for me for Milan on the road, points in the bag. Udinese up against Roma, of course, coming at you at the Stadio Friuli. Played each other 63 times in 1993, 17 wins for Udinese, 35 wins for Roma, 11 draws, of course. Udinese 4-0 win, the biggest, scored 71 goals in 63 matches, 1.13 goals a game on average. Roma, though, 4-0 win, the biggest, 106 goals scored in 63 matches, 1.68 goals a game. Roma, 67% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are 5th, 55 points for the season. Udinese on 33% form for them right now, just one win in the last 6, 15 for the table, 28 points for the campaign. Last time around, the Stadio Friuli was a 4-0 win for Udinese back in September 2022. The reverse fixture was a 3-1 win for Roma in Rome back in November 2023. And let me get this, the away side, the home side has not lost this game since Roma beat Udinese in the Stadio Friuli back in October 2020. The odds for this one, though, we have 5-2 is your Udinese, 12-5 the draw, 11-10 is your Roma, and that's where I'm going. 2-0 win, break that curse. And, of course, Roma with the 3 points into the late game on Sunday. It's Inter Milan against Cagliari, of course, coming at you. The Giuseppe Meazza, they have played each other 51 times since 1993. 29 wins for Inter, 7 wins for Cagliari, 15 draws, of course. Inter, 4-0 win, the biggest, scored 103 goals in 51 matches, 2.02 goals a game on average. Meanwhile, Cagliari, 4-1 win, the biggest, 54 goals scored in 51 matches, 1.06 goals a game on average. Just one defeat in the last 6 for Cagliari, 67% form for them right now. They are 13th, 30 points for the season. Inter, just one defeat in the last 6, 75% form for them right now. Just one defeat of the last 6. They are top with 82 points for the season. Last time around, that Giuseppe Meazza, it was a 4-0 win for Inter. They also picked up a 2-0 win in the reverse fixture in Cagliari back on my birthday in August. The odds here, 11-2 on is your Inter Milan, favoured, of course, big time. 7-1 the draw, 11-1 your long shots Cagliari. It's going to be another home win for Inter. Champions are en route very, very soon, I'm sure. Maybe even after this game. Get your calculators out. I don't know. Next up, we have Fiorentina against Genoa. That's on Monday night. That's right, coming at you over against Genoa, the Stadio Arpento Franchi. Played each other 36 times since 1994. 14 wins for Fiorentina, 5 for Genoa, 17 draws, of course. The biggest win for Fiorentina, 6-0 win, scored 58 goals in 36 matches, 1.61 goals a game. Genoa, though, 2-1 win, their biggest. They have scored 36 goals in 36 matches. That's a goal a game on average. They have 50% form are Genoa, 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2 over the last 6. Unbeaten the last 3. They are 12th, 38 points for the season against the Fiorentina side, dropping down to 10th right now, 43 points for the campaign. Also on 50% form for them right now, 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2, but just one win in 5. Last time around, though, over at Fiorentina, it was a 6-0 win for Fiorentina back in January 2022. The reverse fixture in Genoa was a 4-1 win for Fiorentina, who are unbeaten against Genoa over the last at least 6 games. The odds for this one, 2017 on is your Fiorentina, 5-2, the draw, 10-3. Your long shots here. Fiorentina with the win, 2-0 win. Busy week for them as well with European action as well. And then wrapping up, it's Atalanta, it's Verona over at the Guais Stadium. Played 29 times since 1997. 15 wins for Atalanta, 10 wins for Verona. 4 draws, of course, the biggest win for the hosts. 5-0 win, scored 43 goals in 29 matches, 1.48 goals a game. Verona, 2-0 win, the biggest, scored 31 goals in 29 matches, 1.07 goals a game. Verona on 42% form for them right now, winless in the last 3 games. They are 17th, 27 points for the season. Atalanta, though, 50% form for them right now, 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2 over the last 6. They are 6th, 50 points for the campaign, but back-to-back defeats. The odds for this, we'll get to those in a minute. Atalanta, 3-1 win last time over in the Guais Stadium. It was way back in May 2023. The reverse fixture in Verona, 1-0 win it was for Atalanta, who are 3 matches unbeaten, 3 wins on the bounce against Verona, just 1 defeat in the last 6 against them. The odds 20-9 on is your Atalanta, 7-2, the draw 6-1, your long shots. On a Monday night, it'll be Atalanta 2, Verona 1. That's right, my picks, and if I'm right, which I bloody well hope so, it will look like this, the table. It'll be Inter, it'll be Juve, with AC Milan sandwiched in between, Bologna still in 4th, Roma, and then Atalanta going down, Salernitana, Sassuolo, and Frosinone. Don't forget, the games are keeping on. Next week, we'll be back with some more action over in Serie A. But until then, subscribe, smash your like, and I'll see you later for the next one.